The Baltimore Orioles dropped the series finale in Arlington to the Texas Rangers. But the biggest story of the day, the #1 pitching prospect in baseball, Grayson Rodriguez, made his Major League Baseball debut. How did he do? I have the report card for you. I'll recap a sad day for the Orioles as they didn't get the win, as they went for the sweep, but still win the series, and news on opening day as it has been postponed. I got all your news and notes. It's the official Baltimore Orioles postgame show right here on the Flex Zone podcast. Only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. Hit that subscribe button, sound off in the comments, hit that like button, and of course, hit that bell. What's going on, Birdland? What's going on, Oriole Nation? It is time for another Baltimore Orioles post-game show here on the Flex Zone podcast. Only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. Thank you guys again for the support on the channel. Thank you for joining us. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell, sound off in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on Grayson Rodriguez's opening start for the Major League career of his, and your thoughts on opening day and the game today. Orioles lose the finale of a 3-game set in Texas before they head back home to start their home schedule against the New York Yankees. What can you say? I mean, the Orioles did a great job the first 2 games of the series, pretty much dominating the Rangers, who came into this series, very, very hot. They score 2 runs in the first game, shut them out. Score 7 runs. The bats were alive last night, win 7-2. Kyle Gibson was fantastic. Money well spent. He is doing a wonderful job so far. I said before the season I thought he could win double-digit games. He's going to do that, it looks like, in my opinion, as long as he stays healthy and pitches like he does. His command of the strike zone, his ability to use every quadrant of the strike zone, make his pitches in any count and not be afraid to, and has command of every pitch in his arsenal. The ability to induce ground balls, the defense behind him getting double plays. And then today, 5-2. It's a long, long season. You can't be upset about 1 game in April. You can't win a division, but you can lose a division in April. And the Orioles right now, 3-3 through 6. The Rangers, 4-2. Yes, we can look back at the Ryan McKenna era on Saturday. Orioles probably right now should be 4-2 like the Rangers. But all 6 games for the Orioles have been on the road. And today it was all about the debut of Grayson Rodriguez, which I'm going to get into shortly. But if you haven't heard the news, the Baltimore Orioles home opener was supposed to be tomorrow, April 6th, Thursday, 3:05 p.m. against the New York Yankees. That has been postponed to Friday, Good Friday, kicking off your Easter weekend. So we'll have 3 consecutive Orioles home games, Friday afternoon, Saturday night, opening night, and Sunday, kids opening day on Easter Sunday. They will be giving away a Nickelodeon Oriole bird on Sunday. And, of course, the opening day festivities have been moved from Thursday to Friday. So same time, 3:05 against the Yankees, festivities, all of the ambiance and traditional opening day things that they do will still take place. They will just be moved to Friday. So great news because of the inclement weather of thunderstorms, and just at the time of the game was supposed to start in the afternoon is when it was supposed to be at its worst. Thunderstorms, possible hail, and wind gust. So just not ideal for baseball, and there's no need to start, delay, and you might not be able to finish the game. So that's been moved to Friday. Please plan yourselves accordingly. I will be at the game. If you see me, come say what's up. I'll probably have some sort of recap for that this weekend and keep you posted. Hit the bell. But Orioles today, only 2 hits. There are going to be games like this in a 162-game season where some nights you're going to be able to score 7 runs like they did last night, and some nights you're going to have to muster up runs, and you may only get a few hits. Only 2 today. The scoring, Garcia doubled to right. Seager got the score. Texas took a 1-0 lead. Jung singled to left. Garcia scored. It was a 2-0 lead, and that was early on. The Orioles got on the board in the 5th. Hayes grounded into a fielder's choice, and Mountcastle scored. Adam Frazier, who's been off to a fantastic start. I spoke about Kyle Gibson. Adam Frazier is doing a great job getting on base, hitting with power, hitting to all fields, playing good defense. He singled to left. Barver scored. Hayes the second. We were tied at 2. But then Jung homered to right center. Garcia scored in the 6th. and low double to left. Duran scored, and the Rangers wouldn't look back, taking a 5-2 lead, which they would ultimately win by. Now, Grayson Rodriguez, he was the story today. It was announced this morning he would get the start, his first major league start of his career. Didn't make the rotation out of spring training. Makes it now. He is the #1 pitching prospect in baseball, the righty. Last year, if it wasn't for the lat injury, he would have debuted already. Thoughts that maybe he would spend the first month in AAA. But I think this is a move to not only bring him up to the rotation to see what he has, but a move to have him in the rotation for the rest of the season. I don't see Grayson Rodriguez going in the rotation and then going back down to AAA and being on that Baltimore-Norfolk shuttle back and forth. He's here to stay. Let's see if he can poop or get off the pot. It's time to find out if he's as good as advertised. And today, if you want to get a grade for Grayson Rodriguez, he started off a little shaky. He did give up those 2 runs in the first, but boy, did he settle in. And I think I'm going to give Grayson Rodriguez today a B grade. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, as I mentioned in the first inning. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 83 pitches, 53 strikes. So only 30 balls. 3.60 ERA, of course, after his first start. What can you say? The stuff is there. He has the makeup of a starting front of the rotation type of guy. He can throw it in the 90s. He can drop it to the mid 80s if need be to use his off-speed stuff. He does a really, really good job where he can, I think, limit guys on base, doesn't walk a lot of guys. And he has a strong strikeout to walk ratio, 5-1. If you continue that, that's going to be damn good. Only gave up 2 runs, as I mentioned, started out a little shaky, but as you could see, after he got through the lineup the first time, settled into the game, and you saw the stuff that he brings to the table. I give him a solid B. And I think he's only going to get better as the season goes on. He gets more repetition. He adjusts to big league hitting and different types of ballparks. I think coming home to Camden Yards will help him with the left field wall. And I think being up against some of the more notable teams. He went against Texas. They're supposed to be competitive this year. He's probably going to pitch during this homestand. We're going to get a look at him during this homestand. So we're going to get to see what Grayson Rodriguez can do. And the question is now, can he stack them? Can he stack good performances on top of good performances? Today, he went 5 innings. Let's see if he can go 5 1/3, 5 2/3, maybe 6 innings. Get a win. Strike out 7 or 8 guys. He threw 83 pitches. That's a good number for him. Keeping him in that 85 to 90 pitches. He's not getting a lot of guys on base. He's not giving up the long ball. He's keeping the ball in the ballpark. And like Jim Palmer always says, you're going to give up home runs, but the question is, are you giving up solo home runs? So Grayson, you get a B. You did a really, really good job, in my opinion. And the future is definitely bright. And I think we have to applaud this because wearing number 30, go ahead, get your Grayson Rodriguez jerseys. And Grayson Rodriguez, well deserved. You show why you are who they say you are. You did good today. I mean, only getting 2 hits. They didn't give him much run support. As a pitcher, the only thing you can control is how well you pitched. He pitched fantastic, in my opinion. I give him a B. I want to see him stack upon this in his next 2 to 3 starts, get a couple wins, and let's see what he can do. Go a little deeper in the ball games. But Volt, he went 1 1/3. Gave up 3 runs, Aiken 2/3 of an inning, and Baker 1 inning, not giving up anything as well. But hey, Orioles 6 road games so far. They come back 3-3. They go 500 on the road to start out the season. They have the Yankees coming into town, as I mentioned, on Friday to kick off their home schedule, opening day at home for the Orioles. So that should be very, very interesting. Now, my player of the game, as good as Grayson Rodriguez pitched, boy, Jacob deGrom is as good as advertised. He is our player of the game today. Grayson Rodriguez, you're good, but you see kind of what you have to strive to be. And what a test was it for you today? Jacob deGrom gets his first win as a Texas Ranger. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, 11 Ks, 92 pitches, 58 strikes. He was showing why he is one of the better pitchers in the major leagues, why they went out and spent so much money on him, and why the Texas Rangers are expected to compete. It was a disappointment last year, but Jacob deGrom, got to give credit where it's due. He is the player of the game after a dominating pitching performance. As I mentioned, the Orioles only had 2 runs they were able to score off in the error. They only had one run outside of the Frazier RBI, but they were pretty much on lockdown as well. But the Orioles lose 5-2, as I mentioned. Grayson Rodriguez, he does pretty good in his debut. It's his debut. He didn't do too good in the spring. He did okay in his first start in AAA. As far as hits, Mountcastle had a hit. He started to hit the ball better. And Frazier, as I mentioned, talk about the start he's had, hitting 353, 421 OBP, and a 706 slugging percentage for Adam Frazier. Adam Frazier, think about the offseason acquisitions. Adam Frazier, Kyle Gibson, off to a pretty good start so far, looking like they were worth every penny spent and looking like Mike Elias and the crew knew what they were doing bringing these guys in here. Earning their weight in gold and helping out this ball club. Some veteran leadership there as well. Grayson Rodriguez looking like he's starting to get it where he needs to be. So I'm intrigued to see him stack it for his next few starts. But as I mentioned, home opener moved to Friday. So 3:05, we'll have some content on the channel. Hit the bell to know when all new Orioles videos drop. Comment. Let me know what you guys want to see on the channel. So much content. We were here for opening game last week against the Red Sox. We have previews galore, predictions. We have other content from the Ravens. This past weekend was WrestleMania. We have a lot of content from there. Watch-alongs, videos, predictions, and previews. And we'll have more Orioles videos for you throughout the season. As I mentioned, I may not be able to do post-game shows after every game or videos every day, but we're going to be consistent on the channel. We're going to give you content. The only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. Again, the Orioles lose today 5-2. They come home on Friday, so they have the day off tomorrow. They'll start off Good Friday, Easter weekend with the home game against the Yankees. They have 2 games coming up, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 3 games, excuse me. They will be against the Yankees, so we'll see what happens. Looks like Dean Kramer will still get the start on Friday, opening day as well. Then they have the Oakland A's coming into town before they go back on the road. So 3 against New York, 4 against Oakland, 7-game homestand. Dean Kramer will get the start, as I mentioned, on Friday. So we'll see what happens. The Yankees are pretty much the standard in the American League East. We'll see how the Orioles stack up. It'll be an interesting 3-game set. The Orioles currently come into the game at 4-2. Thankfully, the Orioles don't have to see Garrett Cole. He just pitched today. So all of these things will play out. And you got to win games in your division. I know it's less games, but they mean that much more now and are more important. God's favorite host signing off. Hit the subscribe button. Sound off in the comments. Hit that bell. Orioles lose 5-2. Grayson Rodriguez showing why he has legitimate major league caliber front of the rotation stuff. And we're here, baby, with the Orioles magic, Orioles content, Birdland. Only place give you sports how you want when you need it. Subscribe. Sound off in the comments. Hit that bell. And until next time, guys. Peace.